This is Dr. S. Vaishnavi from the Department of Computer Science from Dr. S. Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Today in RESTful API, we are going to say about domain analysis. So, what is domain analysis? Domain analysis is nothing but understanding the business domain and also identifying the key customers, consumers, and also the relationship behaviors, attributes to design an effective design that is nothing but an application which is oriented with the resource that is called as RESTful API. It ensures the API mirrors real-world domain concepts for initiative and scalability. So, domain analysis is a context of RESTful API where the model is the core which determines what should be exposed as API resources. It is the foundation for creating an API that speaks the language of a business domain rather merely with the background image of an API. It is also a role of domain analysis where the primary goal is to understand the business domain, which is might be for a customer, product, or a user. This is an example of an API template where I have given a company name for identifying the resources and also it identifies and defines the business processor with the guide API contract. The primary goal is to identify the nodes or key entities with the business domain that can be modeled as resources in the API. Example, consumer, product, or an order, which is an e-commerce domain, where it defines a business processor for complex operations such as business process itself. Setting up a new customer can be treated as resources, and also it has some CRUD operation. A CRU operation is nothing but create, read, update, and delete, which includes and guidelines within API contract. So this is a central concept where domain analysis involves, I had explained before, with the key entities relationship and also the behaviors, which is useful for the API design should not be dependent on underlying technical implementation, which also matters with the scalable and aligned with the real world concepts, that is DDD, domain driven design. So we are bringing within mirror domain nouns as a resources with DDD, that is domain driven and also design. It helps to improve the communication and also the domain analysis, which is the technical terms are called as domain experts. This is the sales context diagram with the supporting context diagram. So the first one is opportunity pipeline territory customer product salesperson. The support context diagram has consumer ticket product defect and also a product version. So the sales context is an version where we have to keep an application with all these features. So support context is what we have given to a consumer. So this is an example for user and also order product the consultation. So key steps are creating the resource model with put, delete, update. They are nothing but HTML, HTTP verbs with an internal implementation of the resources with defined bounded context for microservice as we have seen in the last video. So this is in resource model with a collection of resources plus collection of resources with sub collection and sub resources. So this is the CRUD mapping, which is nothing but create, read, update, and delete, where one to one, one to many, many to one, embedded with the linking of head OS. So CRUD mapping, as we have seen before, this is in custom actions for ordering cards and also the with an ID, with giving a delete and patch with an API application programming interface. This is CRUD mapping. It's a subscription for resource mapper. I have given a subscription for an app. Example, whatever the map depend upon to the customer. It is a crucial understanding the domain entity used to specify view of the domain model designed for a client's needs and interaction patterns. That the separation helps in insult, insulting the client from changes in the internal domain model and vice versa. So this is a model for SME, a small unit with an aggregate rules and boundaries with state life cycles and also business events. So here are the security constraints and also best practice within creative flat-minded map. Have given an idea about a company we have to create an app that's when writing texture with them. Our understandable code, it's an idea with the principles, tools, and access controls. So recap will be later with an effective domain analysis to better RESTful impact. Thank you.